Hey, what's going on guys? Marvel Supremacist here, and welcome to today's video. For any of us who are at least a moderate DC or comic book nerd, I bet we can all agree that Harley Quinn has become one of the most beloved characters in recent years. From her time on screen as the Joker's punching bag to one of the greatest character upgrades ever put to screen to various comic appearances, Harley is an absolute moneymaker. Joker's bottom bitch is, in my opinion, the most utilized character of this generation. The boys over at DC are constantly cooking up new ways to implement their beloved clown queen. But then one day, after a half cup of coffee, an executive turns over the whiteboard and says, "How can we fuck all that up?" Full March 2025 DC Comics solicitations. Absolute universe grows. Okay, alright, we got some new stuff coming our way. We got some Batman going on. God knows that wasn't going away. Dope ass looking Superman. I bet that's gonna be awesome. Green Lantern, never really been my thing. Now Flash on the other hand, oh yeah, look at this shit. This is pretty exciting. I'm sure that us nerds everywhere are extremely hyped for the Harley Quinn farting comic. Harley Quinn fartacular, silent but deadly. No! Oh, no! I've been hiding in all my very worst bits of bubble guts for the last 32 years, and it's all been leading up to this epic expulsion. Your nose will never be the same. God, I hope not. You'll gag, you'll cry, you'll feel things you ain't ever felt before. Trust me, sweetheart, I guarantee that all these emotions are all too familiar. This fine publication is a celebration of all things past, pre-sen, and tutor, oh my. Sequential arts placed in the annals of history. Oh, thank God, I'm glad it didn't change that. Is about to change with the release of the Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent But Deadly, a comic that promises to have the highest concentration of gas per page, GPP, ever committed to print. Emphasis on committed because everyone who's worked on this comic is getting thrown into Dr. Fartley's home for no good gassy gals and guys. Read the comic that Abraham Lincoln called a joy from fart no finish. Moments before he died. Oh no, Abe. I'm so sorry, brother. You didn't deserve that. So yeah, in case you haven't gotten enough of this, your way. Apparently, that's gonna be the whole comic. Obviously, the comic isn't out yet, so we can't exactly examine it properly, but fucking Christ. As an artist myself, I don't want to come down too hard on it, but oh my God. So all we have so far is the villain of the story, Dr. Fartley. Dr. Fartley. Okay, I think I need to give up at this point and not even attempt to dissect this for more than what it is. It's just gonna be a piss poor quality comic filled to the brim with low quality fart jokes. I can't begin to imagine what they can even try to do with any form of sincerity with a premise like this. For all we know, Harley is cursed by the fart spirit Gastonatrix, and she's at risk of exploding if she doesn't release these intestinal fumes of doom that not only calm the spirit of the ass, but also save her from her poorly timed demise. She puts on a happy face for the audience enjoyment, but deep down she's struggling to emotionally deal with the pain of ripped ass 24/7. Or something like that. So it looks like this comic is ready to launch in March of this year, and as you can imagine, people all over the place are proclaiming this to be an absolute abysmal piece of DC history that's nothing more than a shameless exposure of one's fetish. I've even heard rumors that this is gonna have a scratch and sniff effect to it, and while I was in disbelief at first, I didn't want to believe it. It's unfortunately been confirmed by DC themselves. Oh my God. This is so stupid. You see, if this was an original indie comic, that would be one thing. Our expectations would be non-existent and we can laugh at how intentionally awful it is. But no, this is a real book published by DC Comics. The same people that brought us the struggles of Clark Kent, the empowering story of Diane Prince, the fascinating world of Barry Allen, is bringing us Harleen Quinzel and her ass gas. Remember how I Am Not Starfire was met with universal distaste from its awful characters and failure to understand what the DC world is as a whole? Well, here we go again. The thing is, I wouldn't even be all that surprised if DC had a greater history of doing this. If the stories and characters were more unofficial and known for having no consistency, and each comic was an entirely new version of each character. And to a very small extent, that is true, but not to the point where the characters are just changed on the spot and there's no purpose to them in general. Only then can I excuse something like this being brought into a world like this. The worst part is that I already know I'm gonna pick this up. I'm probably gonna have this double sleeved in a titanium frame in a display case in the middle of an empty storage locker with lasers and stink bombs surrounding it, just to remind you that getting shot and suffocated is better than even attempting to open this up. So that right there is gonna do it for today. If y'all enjoyed, feel free to like and sub. Stay safe, stay sane, hold it in, will ya? There are children here. Goodbye.